What's up, guys? Fire Wednesday coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends live stream, and the Grim Forest is coming, and I need to choose my 40 champions, as we all do. So that's a big thing I'm going to try to attempt tonight is choose my 40 champions, and we might have some free takeovers to do as well if some people show up. Oh, somebody already. All right, I got most of my daily stuff done already. Siege is pretty easy for my clan. Most of the time it is, unless we're tanking. Even tanking is pretty easy. Honestly, we haven't really had a hard... I don't think we've had a hard siege since I joined this clan. We kind of strategize around that stuff. Other than that, I've been running my Sand Devil. Nearly done with that little tournament. I suspect Grim Forest will be here in a couple days. Let me know how your day is going. Anything exciting happening in Raid for you? Did you pull Prism Shards? I almost had my Prism Shard. Wondering when the next fusion is. Usually decent enough. And probably come out with Grim Forest this week and then talk about the fusion next week. We'll see what happens. So I got pretty much everything done. Having an easy enough time with Siege. I don't suspect that this is a clan actually associated with Mad. What's up, Zen? How's it going? How's your day? Are you ready for the Grim Forest? Going pretty good. Just got home from the gym, had a little dinner, hopped right on. We're going to have a takeover here momentarily. See if we can help out a new player. Cool, cool. You got your 40 champions ready? Or at least 20. Newer players are probably going to be attacking normal with their 20 champions. I need to pick out 40. Honestly, it feels like Grim Forest and end game players, but we'll see. Sometimes it's hard to gauge on if something is difficult based on Krakens and whales making videos with their pay-to-win accounts. Yeah, I'm hoping that Grim Forest is just fun. Like, not everything in the game has to be like hard faction wars where you're pulling out your hair. Okay, let's see here. All right. I'm going to log out of my account and see if we can hop on his account. All right. Looks like we're good to go here. All right. I assume you're in chat and not just on Discord. All right. So let's see. Level 58. We'll pick up your freebies here for you. Let's see. Goodie bag. We'll get your freebies. We got lots of energy. A 163. Okay. So 5.5 months. Faction Warrior Hard is very difficult. Very difficult. All right. So let's see. For the champions here. And we don't have a lot. Okay, nothing in the vault there. And we want, okay, it's mated to Dragon 20, but can't get to level 20 in any other dungeon. Well, Dragon is the easiest, and Hard Fire Knight, or Fire Knight in general, is the most difficult, so that's normal. Yeah. Yep. Yes, I'm having a good night, thank you. Let's see what we got. We got Alice, okay. We got her up to 4 stars, okay. Got White Queen, nice. Great champion. Let's see, what was our gear looking like? Okay, he's got things leveled up, it seems. We got Elva. Wish I had Elva. Legendary champions. Okay, we got some 4-star gear on her. Don't love that, but early game, you have what you have. Really should have moved on from 4-star gear by now. We got Sun Wukong. We got Red Gash. I don't have him. He looks cool. Not the most powerful anymore, but still pretty cool. I never noticed his eye before. I don't have this champion. Big fan of tigers in general, though. Pretty cool. The client. Oh, wait. Oh, my bad. I don't know what happened. Let's see. Things happen, you know. Good. Okay, we got Ugo. Love Ugo. 2-star. So we don't have a lot of champions. We got a lot of free champions. Of course, Artor. Morag is going to be an important champion for us, probably. She has a nice little ally attack that we will find useful. How's she built? Okay, a little rough. And we got a Boro. We got Whisper. Got Lady Quillen. Not the best. Let's see. Ursine. Galcut. Okay, we got Xenomorph, but he's not built up yet, unfortunate. Looks like he's probably going to be your next champion to build, as we don't have too much else going on here. She's not great. He's okay. She's okay. Grizzle Jarl. Nothing too exciting. Okay. Pretty clear cut what we need to do here. You don't have the White Queen? That's a shame. Great champion. Okay. So, let's look at our dungeon, see how far we are progressed. All right, catch you later, Zen. Thanks for dropping by. Let's see. So we got Spider up to 13. Who are we using? Okay, we got Elba in there. Okay. I mean, honestly, with the champions that you have, I can see why things are pretty difficult, but that's kind of normal with early game. Let's see, for Ice Golem's Peak. I see that. Okay. Okay. Um, let's see. I don't think we have any burners on our account, do we? Yeah, that's difficult. That is difficult. Not gonna lie. And let's see. Fire Knight, who are we using? Okay. Okay. Hey, 2XXP. What do you go by? What do I call you? I call you 2X or I call you XP? Feel like I'm talking to a Star Wars droid. So here's the deal. You don't have a lot of champions, and that's your biggest problem. I haven't even looked at your builds, but your biggest problem is you just don't have a lot of champions, and that makes things difficult because you need specific champions to attack certain content. 2X. Okay. Thank you. The account you are on of mine was one of the smaller ones. Okay. Let's see. What is this? Revival path reward. Okay. So you must have quit from the game for a little bit or took a little break. All right. Have a good one, Zen. So what do we have? Now, the biggest thing that you wanted help with was Fire Knight. And there's a couple important things that you need to know about Fire Knight. Because you're mentioning, I think, that, let's see, you don't understand how to beat Fire Knight. There's two things that you need with Fire Knight. One is you need champions that have a lot of hits when they attack. So multi-hitters, especially on their A1 if available. But let me show you for example. Like when we look at Alice, her A1 attacks one enemy 2 times, which is okay. But what you want, ideally, hit many times 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Unfortunately, you don't have a lot of those. That's just something that you kind of have to deal with. You have a lot of these attacks one enemy 2 times, which is okay, but it's not the best. The other thing that you can do is use a champion like Morag, where she has an ally attack. So not only does she attack, but she teams up with 2 random allies. Now, if they also have multiple attacks on their A1, then they're going to get lots of attacks. So when you fight the Fire Knight, you're going to take down his shield by having lots of little attacks on him. The other thing that you can do is have champions that are going to reduce his turn meter. So a couple of very popular champions, when you get them, um, is somebody like an epic champion named Ulur. She is basically the regular normal Fire Knight. She's the queen of this. Not only does she attack 3 times at random, but she decreases the target's turn meter by 25% on each hit. So if you got her, you would build her immediately. Someone else who can help kind of early on, if you get her, is actually a rare void champion, and that's Coldheart. Not only does she have an A1 that attacks 4 times at random, uh, but she also has an incredible A3 that hits really hard. So that's the kind of champion that you are looking for. So, what do we have available to us? Uh, how do you get more champions? Well, summoning shards. So, typically, what you want to do is every other weekend, pretty much, there is a 2x event where you have double the chance of getting epic or legendary champions, or usually both. So, I don't know what's coming up if there's something this weekend or not. I think we'll probably have something this weekend. But let's say there's a 2x event for ancients. That's when you want to pull all of your ancient shards. Sometimes it's for void shards, sometimes it's for sacred shards. We did have a primal event a couple weeks ago. That's like twice a year. So you really got to be patient pulling your shards. I'm not sure. I don't know if you spend any money in the game, but if you do, buy shards, you get more champions. That's always a way to do it. But you kind of have to be patient, especially if you're free to play. You have to be patient. It just takes time to collect champions. Yeah. So just looking at your account, I can tell you easily who to build. Now, for Ice Golem, I believe Dark Elhane's pretty good for that. Every time that either her or an ally receive a freeze debuff, she basically counterattacks with her big skill here. So she'd be very good to build. Xenomorph is very good. He's a great poisoner. He'll help you advance in Demon Lord and Dragon. I haven't used him a lot, but we did kind of play on somebody else's account last night, and we used him. He's new, and I haven't. I'm waiting for the 5-star blessing on him before I really worry about it. But what we want to do is we want to look for champions with either ally attack or multi hitters. Okay, well, if you spend a little money, you'll improve a little bit faster. You know, I've only spent $70 in 4.5 years, so I know the pain of like slowly building up your champions. It takes time, and that's fine. Like, especially if you're a casual player, play over time and eventually things will improve. Just know that like if you're not spending a lot of money, it's going to take longer. So we're going to look for champions with multi-hits, and then we're going to use Morag because she has a sweet ally attack. So we've got Alice. She's got a 2-hitter on her A1. Let's see. As good as Sun Wukong is, he doesn't have a multi-hitter. Let's see. Ragash has a 2-hitter. Again, not the best. And if anybody watching has sees any standouts, let me know. Let's see. I haven't done regular Fire Knight in 2 years. Let's see. Okay, he's got an A3 that attacks 4 times at random. So we're probably going to want to use Kale, actually, surprisingly. And then we'll just hold on to that. Let's see. This is pretty good. Okay, yeah. Gaelic has attacks 4 times on his A3, attacks 2 times on his A1. That's not bad. Yeah, Ragash is cool. He's he's not the best, but he's still pretty good champion. Okay, and then we got Michelangelo. Okay, so we'll probably go something. We'll see. We'll just play around, see how the teams go. But let's see. We've got Morag, probably Michelangelo, Gaelic, Gash. See how that goes. We can always try Alice. We'll see if we need like a reviver, somebody like a White King or a Elva on the team just to keep us alive. I'd prefer not to if we could avoid it, because they're not going to help us take down that shield at all. Unfortunately, I don't really see anybody that's going to help us with control. Like, nobody stood out that I can really point to as like somebody that's going to do turn meter. Let's see, other effects. Decreased turn meter. Okay, maybe we should use Alice if she has a decreased turn meter. Okay, on her 82. Okay, not the best, but we'll consider using Alice. It's not the best turn meter reduction, but it's something. And I don't really know how all your champions are built yet, but we're gonna see what we can do here. Let's see. You're not far off with this team. Ugo's probably not really helping you though. Let's see. Let's see here. So maybe we want. Let's see if we have any good auras for those champions. Not the greatest. Maybe we go with like Alice, Gaelic, Mikey, Morag, and one more. Let's see. I guess we can go Ragash and maybe we try Kale. And let's just see how the team goes. It might not be amazing. Fortunately, you got a lot of energy. We'll just see. We'll have to tinker around, and then we'll take a look at your builds as well. It would really help if Morag was level 60. Maybe one of the next champions that you build for a champ training. Thanks for the new sub. Welcome in. We are seeing if we can help out a relatively new player. See if we can improve anything. Okay. He's hitting pretty hard. Like it. All right. So the main thing is he's got this big shield. As you can see, we have a counter here. And we need to get that down to 0 with ally attacks. Okay. We need to get that down to 0. And then we can start doing damage. We might not be fast enough. We might need to work on our builds a little bit. He did get his shield down, but not for long, and then he heals. So that is a problem. We might need to work on our speeds. We might not need to work on our presets. Okay, there we go. Can we get some damage in time? Okay, I think we have something to work with here, but we might need to work on the builds a little bit. Unfortunately, he does heal every time he hits us. And that's why you need like a turn meter reduction so that he doesn't get to go so often. But you just saw. So this team's doing okay. As you can see, we don't have a reviver, and Morag is probably gonna die. And I didn't look to see if he had like masteries done. Something that's going to keep us alive. Probably help out quite a bit. Okay, so he's like half done, but Morag's probably gonna die very soon. She doesn't seem to be getting any health back yet, so I'm guessing problem. As you can see, we're kind of getting some damage there, but she's probably about to die. Oh, it's gonna be close, but I don't think she's gonna quite get it done. No, yeah, she's dead. He's dead. That's gonna be a big problem. Okay, so we weren't that far off. Let's take a look at the builds. And let's see if we have masteries on these champions. It's very difficult to get things done without masteries. So it's probably just something that you're going to have to work on, but we can take a look at the build, see if we can get them any faster, have them hitting any harder, see if they're built right. But this team's going to fail just because everybody's dead. So other than that, it's pretty close. We're on the right track, but we need to check out the builds. Okay. 3 pieces of perception. Let's see. She is built with decent attack. We probably want a little bit more speed on her if we can get it. We got almost 100% crit rate. We want some more crit damage when we can get it. Yeah. Okay, so she has most of her masteries. You'll want to finish that up. One way to keep your champions alive is to actually use Life Drinker in your mastery. So you might consider throwing this mastery on just about anybody that you're having trouble keeping alive, especially like your squishy nukers. Yeah, that's a problem everybody has, especially early on, but we all want better gear. But if you're early on, it's very difficult to get gear without progressing through the dungeons, but that is a struggle everybody kind of understands. But you want Life Drinker like when you get okay, you are working on her masteries. You want Life Drinker on her as soon as possible. Basically it gives them a little bit of heal. It's kind of like a built-in what's that set? Lifesteal set. It's kind of like a mini lifesteal set built into the kit. Also, getting her to level 60 would keep her alive better. But otherwise, you know, when you have a champion like Alice is one of those curious champions where she can do damage, but she can also do a little bit of control. So you kind of have to choose, do you want to build her more for like accuracy? Do you want to build her more for attack? So you kind of have to choose with that. But yeah, getting masteries is something that I undervalued when I first started playing the game. And it's just super important. Now it's kind of, you got 2 pieces of Relentless. You also have to kind of choose, like, do you want sets? Do you want stats? You don't actually want an attack amulet on her. This is very tricky and something that a lot of newer players don't understand. But most damage dealers don't actually want like an attack amulet. You want crit damage if available. It seems that you don't have any crit damage amulets. That could certainly be why you have an attack amulet on her. But if you want, she's built for critting, so you want a crit damage amulet as soon as you possibly can. Maybe you knew that and just didn't have the amulet. Kind of an issue you just kind of have to deal with. You gotta farm gear, unfortunately. Just kind of the way it goes. Who is best, Ugo or Tagore? I mean, it depends on what you are trying to do, but uh, like Ugo is great for a lot of things. Like I used Ugo in my Hydra team probably for a couple years. Not so much anymore. I don't use Ugo as much, but there's still places where I do use Ugo, like Curse City. Ugo is great. Tagore is good too. Um, I don't use Tagore that much, but he does have his places in Curse City as well. He has, I think he has more of a proper um, revive, but Ugo's great. Ugo does a lot more. Let's see. Oh, yo, Timothy, I missed your message. Welcome in. Fatto, I don't know why you're dropping numbers. I feel like you did that last night. That's random. Yeah, primal shards is kind of the thing to buy these days. Primals or voids. Never buy sacred shards. And at this point, unless you get them real cheap, I wouldn't buy ancient shards either. Primals are the way to go. For sure. Primals and voids. Let's see. So, otherwise, Alice is built decently. I mean, you got to crit rate gauntlets. Move your nukers into crit damage gauntlets when you can, but you need more gear, I'm sure. Attack percentage on the chest plate is great. Speed boots is great. Again, you don't really want an HP ring on her unless you're just desperate to keep her alive. But yeah, you don't have the best attack rings. Understandable. And then, yeah, I mean, a defense banner's not doing her anything either, but let's see. You just don't have the gear. Understandable. You did what you could. I get it. Let's see. Who else do we have? We got Ragash. He's a defense-based nuker. Okay, again, you don't want defense percent damage. Since you have no crit rate on him, you want crit rate gloves. That's probably the best way to go. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a 6-star. 6-star crit rate. That's okay. Let's see what kind of 5-star crit rates we have. Maybe something with speed. Not the best, not the best. Okay, how about something with crit damage on it? Okay, yeah, I'd probably just rock this, even though it has flat attack on it, which is not the best. And yeah, you're going to lose some speed, but he'll actually do some damage now. So let's see, you don't have a lot of silver, but I'm going to move this up to level 12. Ooh, and we hit double crit damage. That is great. That is great. Get him up to level 16 when you feel like it. But now he'll actually hit hard sometimes. We want 100% crit rate on our nukers. He's insanely slow. I'm guessing you don't have... Yeah, pretty much everybody at this point in the game, you're going to want speed boots on. For your nukers, see if you can get crit rate on it as well. Let's see what we have here. Let's see. Probably that. So now he's got speed boots. He'll go a little bit faster. And let's see. Defense chest plate is good. 4-star is insanely bad. Let's see if we can improve that at all. Defense percent. Let's see. Wrong thing. Do we have any 6-stars? Okay, great. We have that, or we have that. What do we take? Let's see. Are we going to hit some speed here? No speed. Can we hit speed or crit rate? Not the best. Let's see which one's better. I guess this has some speed on it, so we'll take that for now. Again, get these up to level 16 when you can. Obviously, your silver, totally normal. Everybody struggles with silver pretty much. And then your top pieces, look for probably speed, crit rate, maybe crit damage. Okay, not bad, not bad. We got some options here. Let's see. We're not really getting sets, but that's okay. Does anything have? Okay, this is great. Crit rate, crit damage, speed, and defense. This is exactly the kind of piece that you would want on a Ragash. Wonderful piece. Let's see what we hit. Speed and double crit damage. Okay. So now he is at 84% crit rate, 98% crit damage. Do we have a crit damage amulet by any chance? No, of course we don't. Okay. Again, a nuker, you want crit damage on the amulet. You just don't have it. Someday you'll get it. Let's see. All right, let's go to the helmet and the weapon, and let's see if we can get crit rate, crit damage, and speed. Can we possibly do that? Let's look for... Try to stop using 4-star pieces if at all possible. Instinct is a good set. Be nice if you had another good piece. Okay, we got crit rate, double speed, and some crit damage. And then let's see. The helmet. We'll sacrifice the crit damage. See if we get speed and crit rate. Let's see. Ooh. This could be very good. Come on. Triple speed. This is a great piece. You'll want to keep this like forever. But we are looking for a little more crit rate. If we can get it. That's a very decent piece. And we'll try this one. And that also hits triple speed with... This is a great piece too. We had 2 triple rolls of speed. That's insane. But which one's going to give us the most crit rate? Honestly, none of them. But that gives us an insane amount of speed. We'll probably just keep this just because we need the crit rate. So unfortunately, he's only at 90% crit rate. You've already got his mastery, so that's good. Okay, so we have a little bit of room for improvement. We need better gear. We know that. We understand that. When you level these pieces up to 16, maybe you'll hit crit rate there. You'll get your crit rate as soon as you get this to level 16. What am I talking about? You're fine. You're fine. Yeah. Well, we'll try to save some silver for some other builds. You've only got 2 million silver left, but that is something to keep in mind. Let's see. Who else do we have? That was on our team. Okay, you got Lifesteal and Kale. Totally normal. Again, finish his masteries, but you did have Life Drinker on him, so that's good. No Blessing, unfortunately. Let's see how he's built. Okay, you have him in attack gauntlets. Now, he is a poisoner, but we still kind of want to get crit rate on him. Because he can do some damage as well. And he's attack-based, and you got defense percent on his chest plate. So let's see what kind of lifesteal pieces we have available. Not a lot. We could go with accuracy. That's going to help him more. But we doesn't look like we have crit rate. So we just don't have a lot of options. That's unfortunate. Okay, that explains a lot. Okay. And then Morag, defense based nuker. And you got her in, again, defense gauntlets. We want crit rate gauntlets. Someday you want crit damage gauntlets. They're much better. But early game, you just kind of have to deal with crit rate. That's just the way things are. Okay. How about with crit damage? Let's see who you got this stuff equipped on. Okay, like Bellower probably doesn't need crit rate on him. That's okay. Okay, so we just don't have a ton of options. We'll just choose whatever. Let's see. This has crit damage. Okay, this has crit rate, crit damage, defense. So we'll probably rock with that one for now. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, I haven't used her a lot myself, but very hard stages of Cursed City. I've only used her a very little bit personally. But yeah, you want to get crit rate on her. I believe that she can do some damage. And then you have an attack-based chest plate. She's a defensive champion. You want defense on the chest plate, preferably with speed and crit rate if possible. Let's see, speed and crit rate, it's not the best piece in the world, but it's something. Whoa. Did I just get like 20 or 15 bots in the chat? My viewers just spiked and I don't know why. That's crazy. That's weird. That can't be right. Okay, and you have attack percentage on the boots. No. Almost everybody is going to want speed boots. You want your champions going fast. Let's see. We've got a couple options here. This is slightly better. Top pieces. Let's see if we can get speed and crit rate. Crit damage would be great. And then let's try to stick to 5 and 6-star pieces where we can. This is a solid 5-star piece. This one's actually better. Let's see. This is a great piece right here. This is perfect for her. Also would have worked with Ragash, but he got a good shield as well, I believe. Feel like I just got a bunch of like fake viewers for a second. That was weird. If you're real, say hi. Like the video, sub to the channel. We're just playing some Raid Shadow Legends. If you're not real, I can't do anything about that. Let's see. We got her up to 150 speed, 100% crit rate. That's great. Do we have any crit damage, amulet, anything better? Okay, so she actually has the best amulet available to her. Unfortunately, it's just a 4-star. Try to move past 4-star as quickly as possible. Now that we're getting you some better builds, maybe that'll be a little bit easier. You'll get some more speed when this gets moved up, but at least you're 100% crit rate. And then, you can work on adding some crit damage. This is a terrible helmet. Let's see what we can do. We're already 100% crit rate, so we can just look for speed and crit damage. And we've only got a couple options. We'll just rock with this. So there we go. Slightly better build now. 155 speed, that'll change to like 1. The crit damage will improve when you get a better crit damage amulet. And our defense is a little bit low, but that's because this is only uh, up to level 12. So just, you're going to have to farm a bunch of spider pretty much to get silver and sell your garbage gear. Let's see if we got any gear that we can just straight up sell. I don't know if you know this. Looks like you probably do. Okay. You've got a good understanding that you sell flat stat bottom pieces. Unless they have speed on them, I would personally probably just sell these 2 pieces as well. I would, if I were you, try to get rid of especially 1, 2, 3 star pieces, 4-star pieces, honestly. If at all you can, try to keep just 5 and 6-star pieces for the most part. Like you're never going to use a 4-star life, offense, defense, accuracy, resistance. These pieces are bad. Oh, that is a great question. I personally have never really gone hard after Swift Parry set. It has made a bit of a comeback with endgame players. Here's the problem with Swift Parry, right? Number one, you're not going to get a lot of it because you need these hammers to do it. And 2, it takes a whole lot of Magisteel. See how it needs 50 Magisteel right here? Compare that to Resilience. It needs 5 Magisteel to make it. So it's very expensive, but some endgame players are using a lot more Swift Parry, so it's kind of a give and take. Are you worth it? No, Resistance can be very good in the right set. Okay, Timothy coming in hot with the Kraken perspective. Swift Parry is good for 2 champions, he says. Timothy is our big spender around here. Timothy, did you see my video from today? Yeah, you didn't come around yesterday, so you didn't see me bragging about my big accomplishment. But resistance pieces, you don't use a ton of them, but you do need really good resistance pieces. So what I would do is I'd wait for 6-star pieces with speed. Like if this hit a bunch of speed, this would be a great piece. Speed, protection sets, stone skin sets, Brontophage if you went after that for some reason. I basically only use resistance chest pieces on some of my revivers, like Duchess or a ton of them, but I do use them, and they can be very valuable when you need really high resistance champions. Yo, M7M. Is it Rockmon? I don't think you answered me. I asked that last night. I feel like that's how you say that name, but I could be wrong. It could be Ramen. I could be way off. Yeah, tanky revivers with utility. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all you use them for. There could be a few other cases, perhaps. Maybe with like some kind of like unkillable champion or something, maybe. Raphael and Carnage, only 2 viable champs right now for Swift Parry. Okay. At least at the top end, right? I mean, some lower end people can. I mean, I've seen like Swift Parry on like arbiters and it's super annoying. It's like, why? Now that wouldn't scare an end game champion or a player, but like a progressing account could do something annoying like that. If you don't have like a super fast arbiter, you put them in Swift Parry. Second one, ramen. You just call you ramen. Is that right? Let's see. Where are we? 12-3 in sub 20 seconds. Okay. Interesting. Bellower for campaign. Interesting. I mean, I probably would have just used Sun Wukong. Okay, so let's see. We improved some builds. Let's take a look at some more builds. I feel like builds is something that people really struggle on, uh, especially early on. Let's see. So, like, a Boro, I understand wanting to put her in Savage is great. Uh, she doesn't actually need, I mean, I would not build her specifically for accuracy, even though she does have the decreased defense. If you can get accuracy over time with other pieces, that's great. I would rather just have her in attack percentage test piece, personally, if you can find it. Now, you did put her in Savage, but you don't have her built for a whole lot for us. I would rather you get the right stats on her than have a bad Savage set. So let's see, attack percentage with crit rate would be good, or with speed would be good, or with crit damage would be good. Let's see, I think the crit rate one is the best option. So I just put her like attack percentage with crit rate. This one has speed and crit rate, so we'll probably rock with that one. Forget about the Savage gear. It's great, but you just don't have the pieces for it yet. Again, this is flat boots. You don't want flat boots. You want, you can do attack percentage, but not flat attack. But really, we want speed, preferably with crit rate. We'll throw that on her. That's a pretty good piece for her. And then again with the glove, crit damage is good. Problem is you don't have 100% crit rate. So maybe what we can do is look for pieces with really high crit rate here and see if we can get her to 100% crit rate. Then the crit damage gloves are great. So let's do crit rate high. Let's see if we can get like crazy good crit rate somewhere. See if we have like any insanely good crit rate pieces. Let's see. We're not seeing a lot of. Okay. Now we can put her. Honestly, it looks like you got some decent relentless gear that we can consider. Let's see. We got a little crit rate there. Can we hit some crit rate here? Okay, we got a double crit rate roll there. That's an option. Let's see. We got some speed and crit rate. Can we hit another crit rate here? We're running out of silver. Aboro hits really hard. I use her in Hydra for a very long time. She's great in Faction Wars. She's not really like an arena nuker, but you might be able to find some use for her in some dungeons or something. Come on, let's hit some crit rate, please. No. How about this one? This is a good piece. Can we hit crit rate, please? Can we hit another one? Not quite. Okay, can we get some great crit rate somewhere? Somewhere, please. See, we got some divine crit rate. Not the best. Nothing is rolled up, and that's unfortunate. Come on, give me some crit rate somewhere before we run out of silver. Oh, Slayer is great because it comes with 5% crit rate just for existing. So what we really want is a weapon with really good crit rate. And that'll get us closer to 100%. I can sell all the 4-star for silver. I will do that then. You don't want that garbage anyway. Okay, that'll get us a couple million. Nice. All right. Just one good crit rate piece, please. Okay, well, we got double crit rate there. That's something. We'll see if we can improve on that. That gets us up to 80% crit rate, 120% crit damage, which would go up when you get that to level 16. Honestly, all these builds are going to be a little bit better when you get them to level 16. It just, unfortunately, it takes silver and you got to farm a lot of spider for that. And then you sell the garbage spider gear. Just kind of the way it goes. Can we get some really good crit rate, please? Maybe not. How about here? All right, we got double crit rate here. Probably about the best that we're going to do. Not terrible. And then you can, let's see, do we have a crit damage amulet? Not really. We have attack. Unfortunate. Just kind of the way it goes, but 99% of your damage dealers are going to want crit damage on the amulet. The only exceptions are certain poisoners and bombers, which you won't have a lot of, but a few. Yeah, the best way to get silver. And here's a little trick about Spider, because you're only on stage 13 a long time. Know this? It's a strange thing about Spider, but stage 10 gives an abnormal amount of 5-star gear. Nobody really knows why, I don't believe. It's just an anomaly in the game. Until you get to stage 20, it's actually much better to farm stage 10 and sell any piece, and you can keep the good 5-star pieces. So you've got 1,300 energy. I'll be real with you. You just use all that on Spider, and it would not be the worst thing in the world for you. You also have a lot of gems. Now, I would recommend actually doing that either during a Spider tournament or next week we have a personal reward CVC. So I assume that your clan is actor. You get very good points from doing Spider. So that is something that you can consider. Yo, Papa Moose, new sub here. Just getting back into raid after about 6 years. Woo, the game is very different than it was 6 years ago, my friend. I've been watching videos trying to get caught up. I am struggling. Yo, we can do a takeover if you want. We're just working. I just saw the name of this account. I didn't even look at it. Dude, you're crazy. 141,000 energy, my dude. That's insane. I'm not. That's like a year's worth of energy, it feels like. That's crazy. But yeah. Spider is, in fact, the best way to get silver. Let's see. Now, personally, I always buy my mystery shards. And you can occasionally get good pieces of gear as well. Do not undervalue the market for good gear. Sometimes I get some souls. You have anything good here? You don't have any of these champions. Yeah. See, you have a lot of souls for champions you probably don't care about. Energy. Yes, energy goes up when you're not signed in, but you're capped. Now, you're only at level 58, but when you get to level 60, you get up to 130 energy, I assume. 130 is the most anybody can get. And so, like, you're over the cap, so you're not going to get energy right now. But most players that are, like, free to play or are very wise about how they use their energy, they make sure that they're using their energy and then you can accumulate free energy basically. So it can only go up to 130. Now, obviously, if you use like if you get energy from your inbox or whatever, it can go over, but it's not growing at this point. But yes, if you were at zero energy and you logged off for 7 hours, you'd come back and you'd have a full thing of energy. Oh, no, he didn't get that way. He probably just had like a lot of big pots and he just added to it. Maybe he's like would sign in, get promos, I don't know. And then just added to his energy and just didn't use it. Some people are weird like that. I had a clanmate, my old clan. He had like 40,000 energy. He was like, I don't even know how to use all this because I don't have the time to sit and let it run, which is weird to me. I use all my energy all the time, basically. Okay, so let's check out a few more builds here. Papa Moose, if you need help, if you need takeover as well, uh, there should be a link to the Discord in the description of this video. If it doesn't work, let me know. But you can join our Discord channel, and then you can add me as a friend, and you can send me a DM. And I would just need to know kind of what you're looking for, what kind of help you need, and then when we get to it, I would need like your login info and stuff. You added your faction guardians where you could, but this empowering is new. So our trinkets, yeah, you've missed out a lot. Now I only started playing the game 4.5 years ago, so you must have started like near the beginning, if not at the beginning. A lot has changed over the years for sure. 144,000 energy is crazy though. Yeah, let's see. Sun Wukong, how is he built? He got a good amount of attack. If you can add to that attack, it'd be better. You got 110% crit rate, but not much crit damage. Let's see. Crit rate gloves, fine. Attack percentage. This is 4-star. Try to get a 5-star on him. Let's see. Can we get a 5-star or 6-star? Attack percentage with crit rate. Let's see. We'll just throw that on. Get his attack percentage a little higher. Let me take a guess. Okay, your speed boots are... This is not the best like set. You don't want these for a very long time, but you know, he's decently well built. Again, can we get a crit damage amulet, please? No, we cannot. Farm Spider, dude. My number one advice to you right now, farm Spider 10. I assume that you have a Spider 10 team that just works. Since you have gotten through stage 13, run Spider 10. Run it all night. However long it takes. If you just leave the game on, I don't know if you play on your phone or on your computer, but do whatever you can. Run Spider all night. Use up all your energy. Get better gear because none of your nukers have crit damage amulets, which is what you actually want. You started at the start. You logged into... Okay, I've never done Chimera or Hydra. Yeah. I mean, it kind of depends on what your account looks like. Are you really ready for that? We'll see. Yeah. Let's see. Let me get you a link to our Discord. That's to the channel for this YouTube, and you can find me. I probably have the most recent post, and you can just add me. You're not free to play. Okay. Well, welcome back to Raid. Let's see. Did you just... Okay, there you go. Are you old guy gamer, I assume? Okay, so Gumnuts here. Or whatever you actually go by. Your YouTube name and your Discord name and your in-game name are all different. So I don't know what to call you. But do you have any questions before we log off your account? I think we got you pointed in the right direction on a lot of things. And run Spider, improve some things, and we can do another takeover another time. Ugo. I prefer HP percent over defense percent if you can get it. HP percent, speed, and accuracy are what you're looking for from Ugo. I'm going to take like a 2-minute break, guys. I'll be right back, okay? What are you doing? Look in here. All right. All right. I'm gonna log off of Gum Nuts here. Let's see. Papa Moose, can you add me as a friend? And then if you want, we can do a takeover for you right now. Let's see. Question is, do I talk in my Discord? I chat in my Discord. I don't do like Discord calls and stuff. I don't have time for that. I don't tell you the truth, guys. I've said this before. I don't really like Discord. It's not my favorite thing. I use it specifically for this game, and that's pretty much it. And like, yeah, that's about all that I use Discord for is this game. I don't like telephone calls in general. Don't like it. Don't like Discord calls or anything like that. But I do chat. I am always checking my Discord because, like, my clan, I communicate with my clan, and then I communicate with my viewers and stuff. So I do hang out. I just don't do like calls or anything. Let's see. Did you add me? Let's see. You sent me. There we go. Okay. And what's this? What is this? Okay, I think I just added you. So if you can send me a DM with your login info, we can get onto your account. Let's see. I also have some fragments, but I'm not sure what to do with those. I can show you what to do with your fragments. totally different game. I remember when I pulled Warlord from a void. Warlord was my very first void legendary champion. He's still good, but not as good as he was 6 years ago. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we'll find out how your account is. There's no reason to be embarrassed about your account around here. Different stage. Some of us are Krakens like Timothy. Not me. I am a minnow. I've spent a little bit of money in the game, but not a lot. I've just been grinding at the game for 4.5 years, and it's got me to a pretty good place for somebody who's not a big spender. Welcome in to all my new viewers. I'm not sure what hit the algorithm right for me tonight, but welcome in. I do stream usually like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but sometimes other days. I'm in the West Coast of America, so I start 8 p.m. My time, and I usually stream 2-3 hours depending on how the night goes. And we do free takeovers all the time, when people want them at least. And when people don't want them, then I work on my own account. I did put up a video today, if you haven't checked it out. I hit Platinum Classic Arena for the very first time on Sunday. It's very exciting for me personally. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can figure out Papa Moose's email and log in. Let's see, I need your login password. Let me see if I can get my cat out of here. A few weeks ago, one of my cats somehow raided a live stream, and I was live for like 10 minutes with my camera in the dark. And if I hadn't turned the YouTube on in my bedroom, I would have just had a live stream of nothing. Let's see. You think it's this or this? We'll find out. It's not that. Let's see if it's the other one. Yeah, you should probably close out your app. We can't both be logged in. Neither of those passwords are working. Hell Hades barely makes videos anymore. He's busy making his own game. Like honestly, the only videos that he's been making lately are like reading updates. He's been making his team has been making their own raid knockoff basically, called Godforge, which is probably coming out. I don't know, in the next couple months or something. I don't know. I haven't seen the updates lately. I thought it was coming out like this month or next. I did play the beta for it, and it's very raid like, but if that goes well, he's probably going to be making a lot of money off of that. So I kind of understand why he's not making so many videos anymore. He's a little busy with that though. But not too many like old school raid YouTubers are still really putting out the content. I mean, Ash has been around for a very long time. Scratch. Those two I've watched since I started playing the game. Where do you change the password? Well, if you are you if you're on your computer on Play and Play, you can go with forgot password. Here, let me show you. Let me get your info off of there. Okay, so if we look at this, say enter your email, enter your password, you got forgot password. That's how you can do it on the computer. I don't know about mobile's probably something similar. Oh, logs in with your face. Well, I can't help you there. Uh I do not have the powers of Mystique. I mean, I feel like Hell Hades' team is trying to make it good. They got some work to do. Um, and he's got, that following that kind of gives him a little jump start into the community. Is it going to take off? Hopefully they put out the quality. It wasn't quite there when I tried the beta, to be honest. But he has some good idea. The team, that game has some good ideas. It did feel a little bit too close to Raid when I tried it. Like the opening felt just like you're just doing a mixture between campaign and Doom Tower. So it didn't quite feel like to the level of Raid or like Watcher Realms I played. It wasn't quite there, but that was just a beta. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, well, I think that the website is mostly SAF. I think they've got some guys that are more experienced than SAF working on it though. I think that they hired some developers that had worked on some pretty big games. Okay, let's try to log into Papa Moose again. Let's see. I thought that you sent me new information. Maybe not. Uh, you're gonna want to change your password since you just put it into the Discord channel. Reset it again. Fortunately, you did not share your email address. So why don't you reset that one more time? Yo, Trey, what's going on? We got things hopping tonight. We're doing some takeovers. We just helped out Vranberry there with his account, and then Papa Moose is a OG raider who quit the game for 6 years and has come back. Let's see if we can help him out a little bit. As soon as he resets his password for a second time after accidentally giving it to the Discord, I'm gonna delete that message for you so nobody else sees it, even though you're gonna be changing it. At least it's just a raid account. It wasn't your bank account. Could have been a bigger mistake. Welcome in. If you're just joining us, we're just waiting for Papa Moose to get me a password so I can do a takeover for him. If you're interested in a free takeover, you can join the Discord as well. Join the Discord, send me a message. You have to wait. Okay. Well, then we're going to wait. We might have to do it another night, or you can let me know. I'm going to log back into my account, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about the Grim Forest. Oh, yeah, Trey needs help with Amius. Hang on. Let me. Okay, I got to wait for the game to launch, and then I will close it. Let me close this. I still have the login for you, Trey, so we can take a look at Amius for you. Where are we? There we go. Let's see if we can help Trey out with Amius. I assume that you are working on normal? Let's see if we can get through Amius for Trey. Probably my least favorite boss in the game. Not that I struggle with him on my account. He's just really annoying. Like, I can always take him down on my account. It's just not fun. Now, with a progressing account, it's even worse. Now, I've been on Trey's account a few times, but I don't remember anything about it. Let's see. Amius. Do we have any cheese champions for Amius? Let's see. Is Leo good at Amius? I haven't tried him. What else do we have? We got Duchess. We got Lydia. What have we tried before? Lysandra. You need to get her to level 60, but Lysandra's a great champion. You still haven't built your Syl the Drakes to level 60. Come on. Let's see, who else do we have? Procat. You know what? I think you don't have Shayak, do you? Where's your Shayak? Oh no, okay. If you had Shayak, I would just use Crocad. You're breaking my heart. Okay. Yeah, Lysandra's still good. Situationally. All right, let's just try things. Get your seer to level 60, Trey. Come on, what are you doing with your life? Let's see, we got anybody good in the vault? If he was level 60, we might try Venomage. What about, isn't Lemonisi really good for Amius? Let's get an attack ring on her, see what we can do with her. Let's see, we got crit damage. Attack's decent. Crit rate with crit damage. That's really good crit damage for having crit rate gloves on her. Let's see, you got turtles. You got 3 of the turtles. I don't even know if they work on Amius or not. Let's get your freebies. Yeah, do you have any built out heal reduction champions? Oh, Lemonisi has the heal reduction. Okay, that's why she's good. Okay, she's got heal reduction and block buffs. How's her accuracy? I don't know what kind of accuracy you need for Amius. Do you have silver? Trey, you never have silver. Come on. All right, let's see what we can do here. We'll try some things out. Wrong place. Curse City. Come on. No. You are not on hard. Oh, of course, I was looking at champions, not even knowing who we have available this rotation. Okay, so you got okay, good. We do have Lemonisi available to us. We got Donatello. This team's not working for you? All right. Maybe we get rid of her. Maybe Sun Wukong will help us out. Trey, you gotta do what I just told the last guy to do. Farm some silver. All right, let's see if we can figure anything out here. Who even knows? It's always hard not knowing somebody else's team. Who's going to actually work? Okay, we hit not everything that we wanted. Can we steal those buffs? We can. Good. Okay. I don't know if this team will work out or not, but we can always try. I don't suppose that we have brimstone on anybody here. That would be nice. Didn't really check into that. Maybe we should have looked for a brimstone champion. Ooh, that's trouble. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, did we have brims? Oh, we did have brimstone on her. Maybe that's why you had her in the team. Anybody else have brimstone? Anybody with high blessing? Yeah, I wouldn't buy gear, to be honest. Let's see. Okay, we have a good blessing in Lemonisi. Anybody else have brimstone here? Okay, Lemonisi and Mithrala have brimstone. We just don't have a lot of champions built here is one of our big problems. All right. Let's go back to your original team, see what we can do. The red stars are from blessings. You get those from soul stones. You missed out a lot in 6 years. A whole lot. Okay, we need to hit some brimstone. Okay, we got a brimstone. That's gonna do the bulk of our damage. I probably should have left Sun Wukong in the team though for his buff removal. Yeah, brimstone is a blessing. You got a lot to learn, a lot to learn. Okay, I might need to bring Sun Wukong back into the team actually. He's gonna he's gonna remove the buffs that Amius steals. I guess we're gonna have to get rid of Lydia, unfortunately. And we just wait for some brimstone procs. There's a brimstone. Brimstone does a ton of damage, which is going to be super important for us. Unfortunately, I'm guessing Lemonisi's not booked because she's not always hitting those heal reductions. But we do have enough brimstone champions that does seem like we are hitting some brimstones. That's going to help us out a lot. Question is, can we stay alive with this team? We have to do things like that a lot. I'm not sure how well. Not sure how well Glycat is built for survivability. That's going to be important since he's our reviver. See, we are making some progress here, and he's just killed. That's going to be our problem. Oh my goodness. That is going to be a problem. If Glycat is dying, we're kind of screwed. I mean, he's getting one shot. That is going to be a problem. Glycat anywhere where you don't want to be messing up his build at all. Because we don't really have another built reviver. Like, this is why I tend to use like revive on death champions. So Glycat, how is he built? 84,000 HP with not a ton of defense. Like, where are you using Glycat? You got Revenge Ring on him? I mean, can we get 6-star HP? Try to make him a little tankier? Maybe with some resistance. We don't have silver, do we? Of course we don't have silver. Did not hit resistance, unfortunate. It took nothing to run out of silver. Okay, so what I would try to do, get that to 6-star. This is HP, this is HP. You have no dust, of course. I mean, you need to improve the HP and the defense. We can get some extra defense here if you add some oils. I mean, you're just not giving me anything to work with. Try to get his HP higher, his defense higher. Resistance higher would be great too. But you don't really have a ton of options. If you had like Revive on Death champions, that would be cool. Let's see. I mean, those are your only 2 revivers. and you're using them. So, I mean, there's only so much you can do. Amy is annoying. Let's see. Okay, you know what we can do? I mean, yeah, he just needs to be tankier. What can I say? I mean, I would stop using his A3 if he was the one surviving and then just use it to revive others, but he's getting one shot too. He needs higher HP and higher defense so he can take a hit. You know what you could do is you could put like, no, that's not going to work. I mean, if somebody was in if he was in a protection set, then maybe we could keep some of our, defense up. I don't know if you have protection sets yet. It is nice that she hits that protected brimstone. Duchess is not an option on this team. Now you could save it as a preset and put it on him as an option. Okay, we can cleanse that. We can use Mithrala's shield a little bit more, I suppose. That might help us stay a little bit alive. I was probably underutilizing her shield. He just dies so easily. So we'll cleanse that. We'll throw on the strengthen. Get the increase. You know what? I did not look at your relics, but if you have like golden elixir, you could put that on your glycad. That would help them stay alive. Jeez Louise. One problem is he's stealing all your buffs. So what I would say, you could try. You could save this as a preset. Let's see. Rename Duchess. Save as global preset. So you got Duchess global preset. You could put that. You could try putting that on. Where is he? Glycad. Save Glycad's set if you haven't already. Save that. And then we can try on Duchess's gear. You probably don't have the accessories, but yeah, you've got you got no accessories from protection, it looks like, for that. So that's not going to happen. But 6 pieces of protection. It's still pretty fast. The defense is higher. And then you could protect his buffs. And then you could try switching out his relic. What kind of relics you got going on? You could try golden elixir. You could put aspect of Siroth on somebody to keep them alive a little bit longer. Like you could put that on like Mithrala or something, maybe. Something to consider. I don't like moving around other people's relics too much if I can help it. That's a hard thing to remember to move back. Let's try it with the protection set. See if it makes it any easier. Let's see. Let's try that. Maybe we try to not put so many buffs on ourselves to start. Because he is using our buffs against us. And I don't know if you have masteries on everybody. I hope so. That. Maybe we can just chip away. Now, is he going to smack us down easily? Okay, that's better. Now, maybe we can get a cleanse from Michael or from Donatello or something. Let's get that cleanse. Okay. Maybe we can just chip away at him and he won't hit us quite so hard. We'll see. Throwing a lot of poisons out there. Okay. Will our Glycad get one shot is the question. So now he can revive us. Is it going to be enough? We'll cleanse ourselves. Put a heal reduction out there. Why not? Maybe we can slow burn this. Let's get. Come on, let's hit a brimstone, please. Okay, we don't care about Wukong dying. We care about Glycad dying. He's still alive, so we're still okay. We definitely need to hit some brimstones. We're not getting the brimstone luck. Come on. Okay, now we're in trouble. Okay, still alive. See, if he had If he had brims, or if he had a golden elixir, his health would be much better off. And we're dead. So, Trey, that's what I'm going to recommend to you. Is slow burn that boss. Try to get some golden elixirs on at least Glycad. Maybe maybe Mithrala, maybe Lemonisi. I don't know how many golden elixirs you have. I know that she probably would work really well with. I don't know if you have regen sets. Regen sets would work really well. And then just depending on those brimstones is going to help you out a lot. Yeah, so I would try regen sets. And one thing about Amius is if you have a bunch of buffs that aren't protected, he's going to steal them. So you got to be careful about when you use your buffs, when you use your debuffs. If he steals your buffs, you can use Sun Wukong to remove them and throw out a block buffs. But you just kind of have to chip away. I mean, I would prefer Sun Wukong in a better build. 4,500 attack is just kind of okay. It's not bad, but you don't have like, if you could get him similarly built in Savage Gear, that'd help out a lot. Yeah. And another thing that you could do is, I think you had Venomage in there somewhere, but your Venomage needs to be level 60. Throw him in a regen set as well. So if you can build him, he could help out the team as well. Lemonisi already has kind of what he does, though. So I don't know if having 2 heal reduction champions on the team is better or not, but it's something to consider. Hey, Baron, how's it going? If you have decent regen gear, yeah, you can. Lemonisi and Venomage are great for this boss. Okay. So get Venomage to level 60 and do what Baron says. And then throw on the golden elixir as well. So that's what you got to work on, Trey. And then I think our other dude has figured out his password information. Go ahead and send me the password, Moose. If you're just joining us, go ahead and leave a like on the video. It'd help out the algorithm. Thank you very much. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We do free takeovers here. I have been playing Raid for about 4.5 years now. I just made Classic Arena Platinum for the very first time. Put up a video about it on my channel today. Check out that video. Appreciate it. Help out that algorithm. Trying very hard to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'd like to make it there someday. See, and we'll hop on his very old account. See if we can get him back, head in the right direction in the game. Said he played from the very beginning, but hasn't played in like 6 years. Okay. And Papa Moose was good enough to not share his password with the entire Discord server this time. So, what a guy. All right, let's see. Oh, good. You already have regen sets, Trey. Great. Try that. Let me know how that works. Get your Venom H to 60. Let's see what Papa Moose has after all these years. Let's see. Timoth. Okay, now you got some free stuff somewhere, it looks like. I don't know where. Oh, there it is. You should probably collect that. Okay. All right, so you got 143,000 energy. That's actually insane. Your void or your shard count is looking low. Now you asked about old fragments. Now you have a lot of champions that you can just summon either during a personal CVC or during a champ chase tournament. Obviously, you wouldn't want to do that right now. These are not the best champions in the game. These epics are pretty much trash, and these legendaries are just kind of okay-ish. Now, old champions, this is what you're going to want to do. Because you can't get this champion from fragments anymore. You unlock here, hit unlock, and you get to exchange for these bad boys. They're called exchange points. How clever. We're not talking about your login champions. We're talking about old fusions that you cannot get anymore. We're going to exchange all of them. We're not talking about Doom Tower champions, earnable champions. We're talking about old fusions. And I'm going to show you what we do with them when we get through them all. Let's see. That's probably everything that you have. Okay. And then we go up here. You didn't have that many, actually. You got 19. And you can only pull 10 a week. But you basically get these. Out of those, you got 2 High Mother mod fragments. This is basically a champion that they came up with for people who don't finish fusions, fragment fusions. But if you got 100 frags, you could get her, and she's kind of like a sacred or a high elf, no, sacred order version of Duchess, from what I understand. I'm very close to getting her myself. And then you got some chickens and some brews and stuff. So in 4 days and 18 hours, it looks like you can get your other 9. And that's about all you can do with those. Let's see. You're not going to have any of those. You don't have any prism shards. You'll want to pay attention to these champions that you can fuse to get a mythical Lady Mikage. Okay. Any advice? Number 1, use this energy. Okay. We see what kind of champions we have on this account. You're going to notice right away he has old school legendary champions. So we're going to look at his legendary champions and we're going to tell him who is good and who sucks in today's game, because they're not necessarily going to be the same as they were before. Okay, you also have some Legos in your Master Vault, and in your Reserve Vault. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you who's good and where to use them, as much as I know. I assume, oh, you already have a Lady Mikage. Did you pull a Lady Mikage? Tell me you didn't pull a Lady Mikage out of Primal Shards. That is heartbreaking. Trey, don't worry about 40 energy. You're going to waste 40. Pulling Lady Mikage of all the things, that's heartbreaking, but at least you did it early. At least you didn't go to Mercy or something, but that's pretty rough, to be honest. That's really rough. That would make me cry for about a month. Okay, Tormund the Cold. Very good champion. When he came out, I think he was trash, and then he was meta, and then he was okay, and now he's decent. He's still pretty good. You really use him more for control than for damage, but I would build him for some damage if you could. So he's not really built properly. Ithos is not amazing, but let's see. This attack is always critical. Nice. Okay. I don't have this champion. I don't have most Void Legendaries. He's not great. I believe he hits hard still, but he's not amazing. It looks like your gear could probably use a major upgrade. Not surprising. Warlord is pretty much the same as perhaps you remember him. You'll want him faster with more accuracy. He's still very good, and where you're at in the game, you could probably use him in arena situations and faction wars. He's still very good. I also use him in Scarab King for his shield. He's good there for that. Brachus the Shifter is not great. Some people use him for like early Fire Knight because he's got that like 6 hitter on his A2. Not wonderful. Mountain King was my first ever legendary from a Sacred Shard. He is very mid. But if you run into like a Spirit champion, he's just going to weak hit. That's his biggest problem. Plus, he's only got a single target hitter. Vizier has a nice little debuff spread that you can use. Other than that, he's not great. If you had his partner, he's a little bit better. Oh, yeah. You have Astrolith. You can use them together. Like she places, I believe, an irresistible bomb. And then, let's see, is it? Yeah, this debuff cannot be resisted. She places an irresistible bomb that he can spread. So if you time it right, they can be a very good arena team, actually. I don't personally use it, but I've seen it used against me. Not recently, but it is certainly a possibility. Let's see. Xavier is basically just like a poison exploder, I believe. Spread as well. She's okay if you're building a poison explosion team, but unless you have like a Calvalax or something that you probably don't, I'm gonna have to go through this faster. She's okay, but not the best. Draxthar is okay for an early progression champion. Razin Scarhide is complete garbage, even in great gear. I tried to use him in Cursed City recently. He's terrible. Ninja is still amazing. You can use him in Clan Boss. You can use him in the Dark Fae. You can use him in Sand Devil. He's amazing. Rhodos, I just pulled for the first time after 4.5 years. He's still an incredible nuker. Trunda used to be an amazing arena nuker. Now she's just like okay, but she is one of the best, potentially one of the best Hydra nukers, if not the best. Unfortunately, kind of difficult to build that insane team, but she's still very good, even like normally built. Altan sucks so much. Prince Kaimar, Don't use him in arena really anymore, but he is a great reset champion that can be used all over the place. Dracomorph, he's past his prime, but he does still have a nice little poisoning ability, and he's got a decrease in defense and a weaken. You can still use him in certain situations. Wouldn't use him in like arena or anything like that. Demon Lord, perhaps. You probably have a Demon Lord team. Big Un is just an okay nuker, but he's decent for faction wars. Harvest Jack is garbage, unfortunately, as much as people like his kit. Shamrock is just not that good. I mean, technically, you could probably use him in Hydra, but he's not the best. Valk is still very good. I wouldn't use her in Arena, but she's great for like Hard Fire Knight if you are attempting to take down Hard Fire Knight anytime soon. She is great for that. Nathril, did he get a buff recently or something? I don't think he's that good. Poison, he's not that good. I don't care. Martyr is like a worse version of Valkyrie. I haven't seen anybody use her in a while. Lysandra is still very good. You can use her with like an Arbiter as like a second speed lead, or she's just very good for like turn manipulation, good against the Dark Fae. Queen Ava is pretty much terrible, except for as she can be your campaign nuker if you really want. She can do campaign in about 7 seconds. Septimus, pretty much capped out at Spider 20. He's good at Spider 20, and he's just been overtaken by so many champions. Him as well, I can't remember. Not the best, but he's got a freeze, and you can use that for certain things. Nishak is an amazing bomber. One of the probably the second best bomber in the game behind the mythical champion. Beat him, build him, high speed, high accuracy, high attack. And then when you get relics, put Arachnelixir on him if you can. It's just a rare relic, so pretty easy to get. She's like a worse version of Madame Ceres, except that she's a legendary. I have her. I have a 6-star blessing for her, and I still don't use her. Solus, I don't know if he was ever that great. He's certainly not that great now. People don't really use him. Lady Mikage is amazing. I see that you are trying to build her in Relentless, and that is a great idea. She is great for Arena. She is great for Hard Fire Knight. She is great for Hydra. She can be great for Chimera. She's a wonderful, wonderful champion. Unfortunately, you pulled her from a shard instead of just fusing her. That's pretty brutal. Blind Seer recently got a buff, so she's a little bit better. Decent support champion, but maybe not the best. She did get a buff, right? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Maybe not. Block damage, heals all allies, revives all dead allies at 35%. Maybe I was thinking of a different support champion. She's not the best. Anithway, honestly, he's kind of like Ithos, not the best anymore. You had very good champions 6 years ago. Robar sucks, never use him. Gerptuk is amazing if you have all the champions and all the gear. He can help out with building incredible Hydra teams, but otherwise he's just terrible. You just have to have everything else for him to work good. Kantra is a very difficult to use champion. You're probably best off just not using her, to be honest. I did use her as a provoker a couple years ago in Hydra when I didn't have better options. Not the best. Fushan, you can build a Demon Lord team with him, but otherwise, I don't know. Looks like you need to ascend a lot of champions, by the way, to be able to use it. Rhonda's very good, not as good as when she came out, but She has a cool little A3 or A2 is good. Excuse me. Her A2 blocks passive and active skills, which is great. Uh, Love her for that. Not as good as she was, but still very good. Still is a useful champion. Not the best champion in the game, but a very good control reviver for the barbarian faction. War Mother is not that good of a bomber, unfortunately. Cupidus has seen better days. I don't know if you have his partner Venus. She makes him a little bit better. Ghostborn is good for some speed teams. Michelangelo is a decent champion. He's a lot better with the other turtles that you probably don't have. But he's okay. Robar sucks. I think I already said that. He still sucks. Bistafus sucks. Errol got a buff a couple years ago, but he's still just kind of like Mountain King, just not good enough. Another big N. Visix is decent. Free Void Legendary. She can be used. I don't really use her personally, but she's got Provoke, a shield, ally protection, decreased speed. She's decent. She can be used. Gwendolyn is very good. I don't have her, but you can use her, I believe, in Hydra or Hard Fire Knight. She's got decreased speed, elite, decrease attack accuracy, increase accuracy, block debuffs. Very good champion. Deliana was free a few years ago. She's okay, but not the best. If you need a block buffs champion, she's okay. Drexthar, we already said, is champion. One of my most wanted non-void, non-mythical champions. Great support reviver. Absolutely terrific. Growhack is terrible. Altan is terrible. Mortu you need to build up. He's a very interesting champion. Basically, he's only good because of his secret skill with the block revive. If you can get some stone skin gear on him, he's very interesting champion. We talked about Astereth, good with her partner. Norog is so bad. Black Knight I only use in Curse City when I have to. Crypt King is not very good. Suzerain is terrible. You got to dupe more too. Basilius Ronus hits hard, and that's why you can kind of use him for Curse City stuff. You could probably use him in Faction Wars, but he's not the best champion. Canderfon was amazing when I first started the game, but he's been outclassed. We talked about your other Tormund, Bellinor. Bellinor is actually, he can be very good under certain circumstances. For Demon Lord or Hydra, otherwise not the best, but Predator, apparently you probably purchased. People seem to really like him. Probably use him as an arena nuker. I did face him today, and he didn't really hurt me at all, but the other team probably just wasn't that good, to be honest. Gretel is not great, but she's a little better if you have Hansel. She was a fusion. I have never used her. Maybe for Curse City. Matthias Blackflail, I don't think people love, but if you need a taunt champion, he has a taunt. UDK is still very good and annoying. You should build him up, absolutely. We talked about Brackus and Mountain King and Drexthar and Robar. You got a lot of dupe champions. At best, has sucked for the last 4.5 years that I've been playing. Shiramani, she's not great. She's got a freeze. Razin, so bad. Fushan, we talked about. Xenomorph, you got for free, of course. You should be able to get him up to 5-star Ascended for free if you've been doing the daily quests and stuff. He's good. He can help you out with maybe Demon Lord or Dragon. I haven't used him personally on my own account, so I don't know the most about him. But people seem to like Predator and Xenomorph pretty well. There's a lot of videos out there on them. Osgrin, I feel like people are really liking. I don't have him. I've seen him a lot in Siege, so maybe Arena and Siege. I don't know a ton about him, to be honest. Artak is very good for like Ice Golem. And you could technically use him in Hydra. Alexander the Sharpshooter has been bad since day one he was released. Very sad. Altan sucks. Altan sucks. Norog sucks. Ray was my nuker for like a year. She's just okay. She's not amazing. Sun Wukong is amazing. Build Sun Wukong immediately. Dracul sucks. Harvest Jack still sucks. Yannicka, for a minute, she was amazing in Hydra, and then they nerfed her, and now she's not really usable except maybe Curse City. As we talked about them, Royal Huntsman is just okay for like faction wars. And we got a lot of dupes, and Lugan is just not that good either. So there we go. You have some very good champions and a whole lot of really bad OG champions, to be real. Now, have you filled out your faction guardian is a great question. Test server? What are you talking about, test server? I don't have test server access. Let's see. Have you been filling this out? Yes. Okay, you got those. How's it looking? Oh, what are you doing? You got to fill this out. Let's see. Sacred Order. Yeah, you got to fill all these bad boys out. 5 Altans. Oh, no. You can tell when he was playing this game. So we've got some faction guardians. That's cool. Give you a stat bonus for your factions. This is very helpful. I'm just going to fill out your legendaries for you. You can figure out your epics on your own. You've done most of that already. So many Robars, so many Altans. Okay. Demon Spawn is an amazing faction. Undead Hordes is an amazing faction. Dark Elves, kind of a terrible faction, unfortunately. You got a lot of Dark Elves. Might be able to fill out your Dark Elves. Lots and lots of Dark Elves, nice. Knights Rev, you have nothing. I'm guessing that these factions were kind of new when you started. When I started, Shadowkin had just started, so you have like no Shadowkin, no Sylvan Watchers. That makes sense. When I started, Dwarves had been around for like a year maybe. Shadowkin had just started. I got Ninja right after I started playing, and then Sylvan Watchers is a couple years old now. Angelo, how's it going, man? I wish I had test server access. I do not. We are doing a takeover for a very OG player. And to be honest, Papa Moose, there's just so much in this game to cover. What you're probably going to want to do, let's see. How's your clan boss team? Maybe you figured that out back in the day? What kind of team do you have? Okay, we have quick battle now. So when you can one key something, you have double man eater. So you should probably be able to figure that out soon enough. When you can one key it, you can do a quick battle, and then do it auto for you in about 5 seconds instead of half hour of your time or whatever. So Demon Lord is honestly, once you have it solved, you just set it and forget it. This is not my account. Let's see. Okay, so this is where you get your blessings. So if you look at a champion like Tormund, this is where you get your blessing, and you got a lot to learn about blessings. So one thing you can do is you can go to Hellhate. They'll give you some advice that you may or may not take on what blessing to use for any particular champion. This is where you get them. Now, right now, there is a tournament or event or something going on. There's a Soulstone chase, but don't do it now. Do it when there is a 2x event for one of these rarities. Wait for a 2x event just like you would for a shard, and then you can awaken your champions. Like, Mikey, you have... This is called a perfect soul. You awaken them. And sometimes you get these where you have to awaken them one level at a time. So we want higher blessings. Higher blessings help out a lot. Some champions are barely usable without a blessing. Like Xenomorph, you're going to want to ascend him, and then you're going to want to awaken him when you build him. Only keep the souls for champions that you're actually going to use. Let's see. It'll give you a red dot when you have that soul in your collection. So I don't know if you're doing the fusion. Probably not. I think I saw that you didn't for these. And then you can buy souls with your, if you get these essences, you can buy soul from the market. The wish list is not great, but you can choose your favorite champions. Like maybe you want a good soul for, like, say, you already have Mikey. Maybe you want a good soul for Sun Wukong. And you can only choose it for champions that you actually have. And then, let's see, Rhodos and Tronda. Something like that. 8 times chance. Once in a while you get lucky, but it's not the best. Let's see, you never did a fusion? Probably because you're just buying the shards. Yes, heal reduction does appear to be quite important for Grim Forest. Dude, it's already 10:30. Okay. We can do more another night, but do you have any very specific questions? Because I can't cover the whole game in 5 minutes, but I do need to wrap this up. I usually stream 2 to 3 hours most of the time. You on with Spider. Okay, so you didn't quite get to 20. Honestly, this team is pretty close. I would probably just take out one of these damage dealers and throw in your Prince Kymar. So take out like a Cold Heart, or you could take out Apothecary and build it like this, basically where Draco goes fastest. He throws out the decrease defense and a weaken. Make sure it hits. So you gotta have like 200 accuracy. Do damage, reset, heal if you need it, and then you do the whole thing over again. Decrease defense, weaken, damage, damage. So let's see if we can set this up. I don't know if your champions are built at all. Royal Guard. You can either do 2 Royal Guards and a Cold Heart. I don't know if this team would just die or not. I don't know who's built. Or you can take one out and throw in your healer or a cleanser. I realized that you had Apothecary. But if you get them built, you get them built right, that team should work as long as you don't auto die or something. Where did Apothecary go? There he is. Okay, so what you do is, I'm guessing that when you were in the game, we didn't have presets, but you would want Dracomorph to go first. You got him speed 212. Prince Kymar, it looks like you don't even have built, but you want him doing his Seal of Magic. Royal Guard, you want doing his A2. You want them going at least probably over 200 speed. I'm not sure exactly what. And then Apothecary, you probably want that heal, I'm guessing. Let's just see what happens here. I don't even think that. Let's see, Spider Team. You probably need to build your champions better, I'm guessing. Let's see what happens here. But this, in theory, if you have it built well, is a great team. Yeah, he's only on like level 19. Once you get to level 21, I think, you need to start using HP burn. Okay, so we hit the weaken and the defense down. Can we do some damage? We do not have our damage dealers built well enough. So we might need to do that on another night. Kymar didn't even have gear on. Okay. Okay, your Cold Heart hit pretty well. And then everybody's dying. Okay. So instead of Apothecary, you're probably going to want to throw on like, I think you had an Elva. Okay, so this team isn't working yet, but you don't have it built well. Forget Apothecary, though. Let's take out Apothecary. You're probably going to want Elva Autumn. You need to build her up and then put her in that team. And then she can either, she can place up the block debuffs. So maybe have her go first. Throw out the block debuff so those spiderlings aren't going to poison you to death. She's got the increased speed. And then she can do a revive if she has to. No, you can do straight up max HP damage up to 20. I'm sure of that. I mean, the burns might work. So when you get to 21, you got Mordecai. He'll do the burns for you. But you can do this team up through 20. I know that. Maybe the burns work, but you can do max HP champion. Honestly, I'd probably just take out the Royal Guard and do double Cold Hearts, though. They seem to be hitting pretty hard. Just look up a Cold Heart guide and build. Oh, I had that going wrong. Do her Heart Seeker. Look up a Cold Heart build and then follow it and build them well. The good thing about her is she. Yeah, we don't have time to build all these champions tonight, I'm afraid. But this team will work up through 20. And then we can worry about, if you get through 20, Honestly, probably just farm the crap out of it. 25 isn't insanely better than 20. It's not until you get into like hard spider. And honestly, this team pretty much works for hard. Lydia is better than Draco. I don't think you have Lydia yet. How's your faction trials going? Faction wars, excuse me. See, you're at 2-7. Okay, you have a lot of work to do in your faction wars. Get to work on that. How do you get extra red stars on gear? Okay. The answer for now is you probably won't, for the most part. But what you do, you go to upgrade your gear, and you can go to Ascend. It looks like you do have some oils, but this is how. You just do an Ascension with oils. You get those oils. You get them from Sand Devil Necropolis for artifacts and Phantom Shogun's Grove for accessories, but they're difficult. And you just don't have probably the champions or the gear for them yet. So don't worry too much about that yet. You can get them from other, from doing tournaments and events. You just won't get a lot. You can farm you can probably find a team to farm the very low stages of those bosses. And then you can enchant ascend like 2 levels, but you won't get like the greater oils or the superior oils, stuff like that. Yeah, and you need to get your builds in order. You need to figure out how to build champions again. You need to learn a lot about the game before you even worry about that, to be honest. All right. So that is enough of that. Okay, guys. It's been fun. New subscribers. Gotten quite a few subs the last week or so. Appreciate it. Thanks to all the new viewers tonight. If you haven't subbed to the channel, that would be a great time. If you haven't liked the video, that would be a great time. If you haven't watched my video from earlier today, I would love it if you did. I'd love it if you hit a like, help out the algorithm a little. And I'll probably be back tomorrow night, and we'll do more tomorrow night. Then I need to work on my Grim Forest champions, like the intent of this live stream was to be. But I'm very grateful that people showed up and asked for help. I love helping out new players, and we'll probably be back tomorrow night. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Weather Wednesday. See ya.